I told the
And I
kids,
think we need to give our kids the space to do the same thing. Make the choice.
Yeah.
absolutely. And going back to the vulnerability part with the groups, being that goes back to being a social worker, working with young people in foster care and transitional like situations and returning. I would always tell them my failures before I tell them my success.
Right.
My success is evident. That's why they hired me.
Right, for
I got
sure.
the job because of my resume. That's success. But like what you don't see is my failure.
Right.
Yeah.
And so what I need to tell you is when it's better to be safe to be Sherman. Like that's always. This is why I messed up. This is what my consequence was for me messing up. And this is what I had to pay. This is what I wish I would have did. Now you gonna make the same decision if you want to.
Right. And that humanizes you.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know, because I think, by you being who you are and everything, like there's already this gap, right? Where young people are like, oh, like he here, he doing this, that, and the third. Like, how do I get there? And when you share your failures, and we all have them, I think that makes us more relatable, or makes you more relatable in that situation.
Yeah, I don't trust people who don't talk about where they fall short.
I also think that like I totally agree. I also think that that's the thing that like I can't actually give you anything valuable if I'm not showing you or telling you about where I messed up. Like I ain't really giving you no game then. If I'm just telling you, like if I'm hitting you with the infomercial get rich quick scheme way to life is all you gotta do is eat your vitamins, work out every day, drink water, read books, you'll be great. Like, come on, bro. It's not gonna happen like that.
Get up early, start an LLC.
Yeah. It's not gonna happen like that,
Yeah.
dude. Like you're gonna have pitfalls, and I'm just gonna let me just share with you some of mine. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I this happened to me because I wasn't doing this, blah 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 blah, and that's how you learn. You know what I mean? I'm successful because, or in some cases even in spite of my failures, but a lot of times you're successful because you ventured. You know what I mean? You tried, you failed, and then from your failures, you learned, and now you're successful.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you put what you learned into action, and that led to success.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if you got to venture first, and if you're successful at everything on your first try, you the GOAT, bro.
Right.
You the GOAT. I mean, that ain't nobody alive that exists that could do,
Right.
like nobody, you did something nobody else ever did.
Yeah, I don't know nobody like that. And if they was telling me that, I would move away from them before lightning strikes them because I think that they're lying.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So, like, you're going to have some mess ups.
What you're saying, Jay, makes me think about, and I don't remember how the quote went exactly, but it was something that Albert Einstein said. It was like, it's not that I'm the smartest man in the world. I just stick with problems longer. And like it's like life, right? We go through failures. We only have hiccups, and sometimes people give up. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be a relationship or a business venture, or whatever. But like if you don't stick with it long enough, like like you sometimes we'll never know. Sometimes, right? We'll never know.
I think in a microwave society, man, we crave instant success anyway, because for as much good that the internet has done us, it's hurt us a lot too.
Yeah.
Because
Absolutely.
we need gratification so bad.
Dopamine.
That if I don't get it right now, I'm giving up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whereas before, you were a lot more willing to throw everything you had at something that you were venturing to do before you gave up. You know what I'm saying? You paint yourself into a corner. Ain't no plan B. This is all I got. So if it's all you got, you're going to give every ounce of your energy to it because it's all you got. You ain't got no backup plan.
Right.
You got no choice but to be 10 toes down.
Yeah. And the other thing to your point about the internet is now we see other people.
Yeah.
And there's so much.
Look what they doing.
Look what they doing. Look what they doing. Look what they doing.
Yeah.
And you don't know like what
Look at
that
they
person
vacation.
had. Yeah. You don't know what that person had to go through to get where they got.
Yeah.
And
You don't even know if this really theirs nowadays.
Yo,
You know what I'm saying?
I was having a conversation with one of my friends, and no disrespect to Benny the Butcher at all, but my man's was saying like, I want to be up there with them. I want to be like him. I'm like, whoa. Don't you understand? This man did years in the
I was about to
feds.
say, he really was.
Did years in the feds.
He not lying.
Shootouts.
Yeah.
His brother died. Like, I would rather be poor and have my brothers alive.
Listen, man, I went to grammar school with him. he ain't lying about nothing he say, bro. He was in the streets. We was in the 6th grade, bro.
I believe
You
it.
feel me? I wasn't allowed to go on their street, bro. So around the corner from my house. I couldn't go on their street. You feel me? He ain't lying. I don't want no parts of his life.
He put money
good.
in my hood. So
I'm
I'll give that to him.
Right.
Like, and he get my respect. And I'm a fan. I like his artists. I like what he put on for the city.
1000%.
But the fact that
I'm talking about his life back then.
Yeah. But
his
and that's my
experiences.
point. Dude,
Yeah.
just looking at him now.
Yeah.
Like, I'll do anything to be where he at right now. And I'm like, really?
No, bro.
You want to go sit it down for a few years in the feds?
Yeah, you ain't got to do it. He already did it.
You want to lose your brother? Like, so people admire the finished product,
Right.
but they don't know that person's journey.
For sure.
Right.
You just want what they got right now. Right. But if you wouldn't be willing to go through what that person went through to get what they got, and so like that's another reason why you got to share the struggle, share the failure, because people only see the success.
Right.
And like the microwave society, everybody want it right now, and you see other people with it. You don't want to put the work in. And to your other point, because I work with young people and I got kids and I got my nieces and nephews, I'm around so many young people. So you were talking about people like giving up and quitting. You were talking about people being afraid to venture out. I see that with the young people more. Like they be afraid to start.
Yeah.
They be afraid to talk to people. They be afraid to open up, especially to their peers. And it's a gap of like super personable social kids. Like before COVID babies. Like my daughter. Like I send her on the playground, go make a friend.
Yeah.
Other kids, they're like, I'm gonna sit over here and play with my toys by myself. Yeah. Or give me my tablet and I'm gonna play Roblox by myself, or with this kid sitting next to me, we're gonna play. Like, if you don't go over there and play on them swings, if you don't go jump off of something and hurt yourself, like go be a kid.
Yeah.
And like teenagers, I took some kids to DC. We took 5 kids. It was only one young lady that went with us. She like, I don't want to hang out with the boys. Well, go find a friend. It's literally kids from 4-H, youth camp, from every state in the United States of America. We got this entire hotel booked with kids from all over the country. You mean to tell me you can't go make a friend? I don't know these people. You and my mom, I work with her mom. You and my mom so friendly. Y'all always talking to people that y'all don't know. How else you gonna make a friend, bro? Yeah. Like everything you want in life, you have to have a conversation with another human being to get. Yeah. Everything you want. And our young people have become so conditioned to not socialize, to not venture. They have an idea and they will talk themselves out of it.
Out of it, right.
Talk themselves out of a brilliant idea instead of talking themselves into it, then get on YouTube and watch somebody live their idea and admire it. And I'm like, yo, you're watching this person live your dream. You're watching this person live your goal. Oh, but they got this and they got that. And I just got this and I got that. You ain't even give yourself a chance. Right. You ain't even try. And so like, I love working with young people because I'm sometimes the only person or the first person to tell them, try. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Yeah. But I also like working with like men and dads when they have an idea, because I'm seeing Brother Antoine's shirt. I'm Nike. You come to me with an idea, do it. Yeah. I'm going to find every reason for you to do it. I ain't going to talk you out of nothing. Don't come to me if you're unsure about your idea, because I'm going to put a battery in your back and wind you up and send you out. Go do it. And it's not enough people that encourage each other anymore. Yeah. Everybody is like, I don't know. It's just, it's different. And I was oriented to the world different. Folks believed in me. Folks encouraged me. Yeah. Nobody ever told me I couldn't. Everybody always told me I could. And that's why I walk through the world the way I walk through the world. Yeah. And I'm just like, why? Where's the disconnect? Why aren't these young people being told to like walk through the world this way?
I think part of it though is kind of what you just said toward the tail end. My daughter was born during COVID, 2020. And when we would go to the parks and stuff like that, like obviously like for the first year or two, like there were people at the park, not a whole lot all the time, but when we would go, like she'd be, she played like she's super friendly. Like we never told this little girl to go and make friends. She'll go and see somebody. Oh, that's my friend. I'm like, yo, you know her for like 2 seconds. But anyways, super social. So I think some of it is innate. The other thing, though, I think is about our parents. Like you just said, like nobody ever told you that you couldn't do something. And I think like that intergenerational, the trauma and what, our parents' like all that stuff is baked into why we see what we see with some of the young people. And my wife even, like she had great 2-parent household, all that stuff. But like she talks to me about sometimes about like man, I didn't feel like I could do X, Y, and Z. I went to school because my parents told me to take up this, and I'm like, I never felt that way. Like similar to you, like mom would always say, "Oh, go do what you want to do. Be whoever you want to be." All that, all that stuff. And so I did whatever I wanted to do. And so like we just had 2 different perspectives on life, her and I. But I just go back to I think it has a lot to do with our parents and how we were brought up.
Yeah, I see that. Your mom is dope.
I think
she's dope. His mom sends out random text messages and inspirational YouTube videos like once a month.
She talk a lot of stuff too. Yeah,
she's dope.
that's what you get.
God bless her.
You gotta get on the text thread, brother. Just get random motivation from her.
Yeah,
random
crazy.
Yeah.
I feel slighted now.
Nah, don't. You good.
Yeah, I'm straight.
That was a half flex. Nah, but you was making the point though. My bad.
What was I about to say?
I
was gonna say yeah. So I think that's important. I think I think parents are responsible for building so much confidence in their children. You know what I mean? Like I also feel like I've said this before, like, and not just from a financial perspective, but like your ceiling is their floor, right? So. I can't very well tell my daughter to chase your dreams, do whatever it is that you want to do. If she can't put words to deed and be like, well, that's what you do. If I'm telling you to do that and I'm not doing it, the chances of her doing it, right. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, not saying it's impossible, but
why would she take your word for it?
Yeah, like, but if you see it, like, anything you want to do, you just make a plan and do it. Now it makes a little bit more sense when I'm like, hey, let's come up with a plan. Figure out how we're going to get this thing done.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, yeah, that's what you do, so I know it's possible.
Yeah, that is, and I get that from Brother Antoine. He always said more is caught than taught.
Yeah.
And like, I peeped that. So I tell my daughter all the time, like, thank God you look like your mama. But you got my brain. You think just like me, kid. Like she will like have an idea, then have a plan. And it's like, I just need you to do this or that. Just take me here, and at 3 o'clock, pick me up. Then at 4 o'clock, take me to mommy house. And then we can, like, you said, did she hear me? When you said Chick-fil-A open? 6:30? Okay, so if I set an alarm, if I go to sleep at 9, Alexa, what time? It's like she be doing math. Like, what did she asked Alexa, how many hours until 7 in the morning or something like that? So she figured it out. She set an alarm on her phone. She said, okay, now I'm setting my alarm, wake up, you take me to Chick-fil-A for breakfast. And I was like, how could I not? Like, how could I not?
Yeah,
you just map this out, bro. Like
it's brilliant.
Yeah, like you asked Alexa, you set calendar dates, reminders. Like she literally, we got a family calendar, me, her, my mom, and her mom. And on her phone, she'll put like her doll's birthdays.
Her doll's birthdays?
Her doll's birthdays.
That's crazy.
And she'll organize it. And then she'll come and she'll bust in the room like, okay, it's time for Tommy's party. And Dada, can you give me some slime so I can make him a slime cake? And I need to do this. And I need to do so many things. And it's like, this kid is stressed out about an imaginary birthday party. But in her mind, she got a plan.
That's a fact.
She got an agenda.
Yeah.
She plays school. So like I'm the principal. So she's like, Alexa, set a timer for 10 minutes. In 10 minutes, I need you to come in here and do the morning announcements. I'm like, okay. And then
so does she give you the morning announcement?
She'll text it to me.
I'm about to say,
or she'll write it down.
Because it would be cool if you actually had to like make up the morning announcements yourself.
It would be cool.
That would be awesome.
Sometimes
You're just not in charge.
I'm just not in charge.
Yeah,
Just not
yeah,
in charge.
I got
But I'm
it.
like, the fact that she like is doing all of this because
In
she's
her
like
head,
the
yeah.
only child when she's by herself.
Yeah.
So she in her own world, just like every doll has a name. The names don't change. Like she give her dolls homework. She like choreograph dance. I'm like, yo, this kid be mapping and planning and executing and like she gonna get whatever she want out of life
That's a fact.
because she just know how to make a plan and execute it.
You got an entrepreneur, millionaire in your hands.
That's a fact.
Yeah,
That-
yeah. I would hope so, and I want her to encourage her friends to be the same. The one thing I noticed about my daughter is her closest friends all got their dads. All got their dads. And it's interesting. I'm like, is that maybe it's a coincidence, maybe it's not. But maybe it's just something about little girls who got, and I met their dads. Their dads is cool. So maybe it's something about little girls with cool dads that like they all kind of like
They click up.
they click up.
That's what's up.
They all like they smart, you know, they good, like they behave in school. They been together since pre-K. Like she got friends outside of school, stuff like that. So it's really interesting to just see like the growth and like see her. When I give her the phone, she call one friend. Hold on, let me call Brittany. Hold on, let me call. And so now she done coordinated 6 girls, 6-year-olds on a FaceTime call. And I'm like, and y'all talking about, and she's doing custom slime orders. Like, what kind of glitter do you want in your slime? Okay, that'd be $2. And I'm like,
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
that is crazy.
That's crazy.
but like, and it's just her. And so I think that like I think it's whatever your kid wants to do, just encourage them.
Yeah.
I forgot who I was listening to. There was a child star that ain't crazy. That ain't crazy.
That's a short list. Cuz.
It's a short list.
short list.
It's a short list. I think it might have been Kel. I was watching Kel Mitchell's interview on Club Shay Shay last night. I'm pretty sure it was. I watched it last night, but he was just saying about how his parents believed in him. Like one of his teachers' parents was a teacher, the other one was a social worker, and like they believed in him, and like encouraged him, and like always found reasons to say yes and let him explore different things, and encourage. Like he was their best investment, and so I think like that's the approach like I take with my kid, and I see like it kind of works for the most part.
I feel the same way. One thing about my daughter, like she's 1.5. You know what I mean? She's extremely direct. So she like that's a lot of me. She's straight to it.
She got your brain.
She don't play no games, bro. She's straight to it, man. She wants something.
What is she doing? What kind of stuff?
Bro, like everything. Bro, if I got a potato chip in my hand, she just walking and taking it.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like if the can of Pringles is right here, and I just gave her one, she finished eating it, and I'm sitting there, I could be like this. She'd take my hand, move it over. Like, yo.
Like you a
and,
puppet.
and if I put my hand back, she like, no. She'll grab it, get the chip, dude. What's up with you? And be looking at you like, you gonna get the chip or what? Like, I gotta do this myself? Like, what we doing? You know what I mean? She in her room watching TV. It's something on the TV she don't like. She'll reach up, grab the remote off the dresser, run to whatever room you in, get your attention, hand you the remote.
To change the channel?
Man, come in here and change the channel, man. What you doing?
At 1.5.
Yo, bro, get up. Come in here and change the channel.
Brilliant.
Yo, I caught her the other day. Freaked me out. I'm watching her. She's got like this little board, like ABCs, all, you know what I mean, A through Z, right? And you can put the letter in the proper place, right? I watched her. She put every single letter in the right spot.
Really?
I was waiting for her to mess up too, just so I could, you know what I mean? Just for like the deniability, like, she'll get it next time. She tried. You know what I mean? Because I don't expect you ain't gonna be 100% right at 1.5. What? She ain't missing out one. And then a couple days later, maybe it was the next day, I'm seeing her do it again. She making all the sounds that the letters make.
Wow.
Like if she don't say the letter like outright, she'll make the sound. Like I seen her, she grabbed the T. She t t t t. You know what I mean? At least I watched her do it like 4 times, right?
Really?
And she got the Q in her hand too, right? I'm thinking, all right, this is a tough one because the Q and the O is like real close. See if she messed this up. Nope, right to the Q. Put it right in.
Wow.
She grabbed the O. I said, "Oh." She said, "Oh." Put it in. I was like, my kid's a genius.
Yo, that's what it sounds like.
Yes.
My son ain't doing none of that. He 1.5 too. My man behind.
Yo, but it's like she's watching this stuff all the time. I try to talk to her all the time. Like she'll mimic you. It's to the point now she almost making her own oatmeal, bro.
What?
That's amazing.
Almost, and I'm gonna say almost because she's heavy with the assist.
Yeah.
I'm talking about every morning, same routine, and I let her do like a lot of it. Like I pick her up, we walk in the kitchen, go to the pantry door. She opens the door. Walk over to the box because the little instant joint is quicker.
That's
you know
right.
what I'm saying?
That's
Bam.
right.
Walk over to the box. She reaches in, grabs a packet. Come back. She turns on the light too when we walk in because it's
Okay.
a pull light. She turns on the light.
Oh, yeah.
We walking back. She turns off the light. Come back. You know what I mean? Come out of the pantry. She closes the door. I walk over to the bowl. I put my hand out. She puts the packet in my hand. I rip it open, pour it in the bowl. Then I hand her back the packet. Walk over to the trash can. She crumbles the packet up. I lift the trash can. She throws it in. Her job is done.
That's crazy.
That's you
Like she
wanna have a
every
little
morning,
kid
like
again.
she knows how, like she knows what's going on.
Got her, yeah.
Yeah.
Those routines are important.
Yeah.
I forget what I was just listening to. They were talking about the importance of routines for kids. Yeah, you were talking about confidence earlier. And I, every now and then I listen to parenting podcasts because I'm trying to get this right. You know what I'm saying?
Trying to put out good people in the world.
Yeah, man. And they were talking about confidence and talking about instilling confidence in your kids. So like, I have this tendency to be like super like, what do you say, authoritarian or whatever,
Okay.
like just real like do this, do. So I'm trying to get out of that. And I'm trying, trying to get it right. So why you make that face? Oh, so
Cause he not like that.
I like
He
that.
not like
Yeah.
that.
nah, totally different at home.
I
I'm
can
like,
understand.
finally.
Yeah. No. But
He's
they were,
human.
I know.
that's right, I'm human. But they were talking about like not giving your kids choices, but like allowing them to kind of think. So for my daughter, she's 4 now. So with her, one of the things that we've been kind of overutilizing is this thing is like when you do this, then you get that. So it's like, she want to go play with the toys or go with my grandmother or go with my mother who she loves. It's like when you go take a bath, then you can do X, Y, and Z. And the whole concept, I guess, from this standpoint, is like if you don't do X, Y, and Z, you're not gonna get whatever
Right.
you want. And it's like the onus it's on you.
Yeah.
Because you could throw a fit if you don't get, but it's because you didn't do what you were supposed to do. And they talked about, and it's making me think about what you say now. They were talking about how like we're raising them to be adults, and you always say your kid's gonna be adults longer than they're gonna be a kid.
Yep.
And I think that's so true. But like I also shared that because this stuff is hard.
It is.
Like you really got to think about these concepts and apply them and all this stuff in order to raise these good little kids or humans. So
I was talking to one of the ox at the mouse shit today for Juma. We kicking it, man. One of the brothers I haven't seen in a long time, and he was like, "What's good?" I was like, "Man, I'm just learning how to be a dad." And he was like, "How is that?" I was like, "Man, it's humbling." I was like, "But I'm humble enough and honest enough with myself to say." And I got no problem saying this. I have no idea what I'm doing. This is my first time. I have no idea. And I don't think it gets easier the more kids you have.
Yeah.
Because you still got the first kid you started with.
That's how I am with mine.
You know what I'm saying?
So it's funny. I was telling all the kids. So my daughter, she is so rude and direct. So I be having my goddaughters all the time. I love my goddaughters. 13, 9. My daughter's 7. She be 8. So my daughter just loves saying, "Yeah, but I'm the favorite." And I'm like, whoa, chill out, bro. Like, you can't just be saying that. Like, just don't say that. Like, I love all of y'all for different reasons. So mom was like, "Yeah, you love me because I'm the little one. And I'm the youngest and I'm the cutest. I'll let you think that." So then the middle one, she's like, "Well, why you love me, God Daddy?" I'm like, "Nah, you the cool one." See, the older one is all wild and eccentric. The young one is wild and eccentric. you the cool one. And you the kind of tomboyish one. I could do sports and play sports, and you cool. You my soldier. You're cool. And you the cheapest date out of all three of y'all. And so I love you because you're just the most go with the flow, cool kid that I ever met. The big one, who I call him big one, middle one, little one. And so the big one is like, why do you love me? I'm like, oh, because you was the practice baby. Like, we practiced with you. Like, you was the first kid we was taking care of. And then so my daughter's mom, who was with us, she was like, that's right. You was definitely our practice baby. This was on Mother's Day, matter of fact. Because I sent them, my daughters, my mom, my stepmom, and my daughter's mom on a girls' day dinner. And I figured it'd be cheaper if I didn't go. Smart. Y'all have a girls' day and save one less plate. Now I don't go. Yeah, I take pictures, but I took pictures for them afterwards. So she was asking that, but like, she was kind of like, oh. Once I explained to her, like, nah, like we love you because we practice with you. Like, we learn how to take care of kids with you. And mama like I had you, so that makes you special by default. Like, we tried everything with you, and like we're still trying. Like, now you're the only teenager, so like, you're our practice team. And like, now when they come up, teenagers is gonna be like, okay, I had a teenager before. I ain't never had a teenager before. So like, everything I'm doing with you is new. Yeah. Forgive me for not knowing how to raise a teenager. I ain't never did this before. Right. And I think the other thing is, thinking of that, I got a bunch of girl cousins who are raising sons, and they child's fathers ain't around for whatever reason. And they be calling me, asking me for advice, asking me to talk to my little cousins, talk to my nephews. And I got overwhelmed at a certain point in time. And I was like, wait a minute. I work with teenagers. Definitely work with teenage boys. I've been a teenage boy. I ain't never raised no teenage boy before. Call my mother. Like, I literally told my cousin, hey, call your auntie. She said, what? I text my mom. I said, hey, Nita about to call you. She said, what? I said, hey, she having issues raising her teenage boy. I ain't never raised a teenage boy before. They seem to think that I'm a good product as an adult. Well, you raised me. So if they like the finished product, they need to talk to the person who produced it.
That's a good point.
Call your auntie. Yeah. So I told my cousin, I'm like, yo, your auntie's expecting your phone call. She said, what? I said, she expecting your phone call. Have a nice day. And I hung up. And then my mom said that they called and they had a good conversation. But also I'm my mom's only child, but she the favorite auntie. She the only aunt. She got 6 brothers. So she default the favorite auntie. And like, all my cousins just love her. But she be needing that connection. So it ended up working out because she was a little lonely. She loved her nieces. So her nieces needed that auntie love, and auntie needed the niece love. But me understanding my unique role in the family of being like, wait a minute, how about you go to the source?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think that's the other thing too we gotta do, just as men in general, knowing when like, hey, I'm outside my depth. Time for me to step out and hand this off to a person with more expertise than me.
I've never heard.
That's also being humble too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Never thought about it like that.
Yeah. You think I'm
That's
great?
why I try to do that like in every area of my life. Like, talk to somebody who's been there before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't want we going through the same thing at the same time. We could bounce some stuff off each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like, if you ain't raised, like, I have a daughter, so I might talk to Pastor Tommy. He's raised one already.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
and you can respect the finished product.
I can. Oh, totally, totally. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's like my sister, so it's like, yeah, man. Like, it ain't like he's still learning, which is cool. Like I said, to have a peer that's going through some of the same stuff. And I would say this: he's probably still learning because every year she gets older.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, the relationship is matriculating, so he's still at. You're still experiencing different stages for the first time.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
I'm just around for it, man. I'm enjoying it, yo.
I hate quoting Tom Brady, but the dude did say he was like,
he's a wealth of knowledge, bro.
He is.
He's a wealth of knowledge.
He don't play for the Patriots anymore, so I don't care. I can appreciate him now. He was like, this is my first day being a 46-year-old man on May 2nd. Like, I ain't never had this day before. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like, yes, this is my first day of May 17th, like being a 32-year-old man. I ain't never had this day before. I ain't never had this day again.
You ain't gonna never have it again.
I'm figuring it out in the moment.
Right.
In the moment. And what one of the old heads said, E40 said to one of the old heads, E40. I love E40.
40
He
water.
said, I've been your age before. You ain't never been mine.
You ain't never been mine.
You ain't never been mine. I remember that. And then I was in it was in one of the barbershop meetings, barbershop talks, and one of the older gentlemen said, going there, can't tell been there, how to get there.
Yeah, facts, yeah.
And I was like, oh, I know what that means.
Yeah, my grandmother used to say that.
Yeah.
That's old right there.
I know what that means. Like, you on your way to raising these people into being a grown man.
Right.
I've already raised people, and I'm a grown man. But you gonna try to tell me how to raise people and be a grown man? Like, you know everything, and I don't got nothing to offer you. Like, I ain't did this before.
That makes me think of this quote. Dave Ramsey, the financial dude, says a man with experience is not at the mercy of a man with an opinion.
Amen.
Exactly.
Amen.
Exactly.
Amen.
But I also think there's really nuance too.
Yeah.
Because sometimes people have this false conception that because you've gone through something, you lived something, that you are like an expert in that area. You're like the source of all. Everybody should go to you because and not everybody that have gone through things have went through them well.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, I mean, I'm a big proponent of that. I see it especially like in my professional field. Just because a person might have been doing job longer than you, that does not mean that they are good at it.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that they're somebody that you might want to learn from. At least nothing positive. You know?
Right.
You see it in all walks of life. Like you said, experience is not indicative of wisdom.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just as youth is not indicative of ingenuity.
There we go.
You know what I mean? So I think it's on us as parents, you know what I mean, to kind of like bring it home, like to make sure that, you know, the people that you're pouring into your children, the people that you're shaping, raising, you know, cultivating, you know what I mean, that they have a good mixture and a good balance, a healthy balance of both of those things. To where like they've experienced some things, but you made sure that you protected them from the things that would be seriously detrimental.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you've taught them enough, you know, so that you've taught them enough to make them humble that they don't know everything, but the stuff that they do know they can use.
Yeah. And resilient enough to be able to manage when I'm no longer here.
Yo, I say that all the time actually about my daughters. Like, my job, any parent's job is to prepare your children for a world without you in it.
Yep.
Yeah. You said that on, I think, the very first podcast.
Yeah, man. Like, so like, if she can't function in the world without me, then I failed.
Right.
You know what I mean? What was I doing this whole time?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That's why I tell my daughter, you get what you want 9 times out of 10. But that one time when I say no just cause, that's called life.
You trust me on that.
That's called life.
You trust me on that.
That's called life. Your life been a little too good lately. You being oriented, it don't always work like that.
Yeah.
And I don't want life to smack you upside your head and you like, why is this happening to me?
Yeah, you have a mental breakdown.
Yeah, because nothing ever happened to you before because we always tell you yes and make a way.
Right.
That ain't how life is going to work for you all the time. You special to us. Mm-hmm. You our princess. The world don't know you.
They don't think you that special.
Yeah. They don't think you special in our family.
Yeah.
Yes. But the world, you got to get out there and go prove us right. That's what I be trying to tell my nephew.
There you go.
Man, I know I'm talented. I know I'm smart. I know I'm this. I'm going to go prove us right then, boy.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Instead of sitting in the house underachieving.
Yeah, why should anybody else care?
Yeah, I'm about to text my nephew now. Yeah, we back in Florida. Boy. But like,
and them the tough conversations you got to have with your children when they get old. You can't tell them that when they 3.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You got to wait.
Yeah.
You got to wait on that.
Yeah.
Like, hey, listen, don't nobody outside this house really care about you. Okay?
Right.
Yeah, not for real.
Sorry to break it to you.
Prove
You know what I mean?
me right.
Man, we probably can go for another hour.
Yeah, I know we've been getting the signal. I kind of been waiting for you. I'm like, we still
me
rolling?
too. Like,
we still rolling?
You gonna,
I see we getting the signal over there from my producer. Shout out to our producer, you know what I'm saying, holding it down behind the scenes and whatnot.
I think we got like a minute left.
Okay, we got like a minute left. Any
say
last
time is money.
words or right?
can't
Any
afford to be
last
a minute
remarks? Are we gonna go ahead and close out?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. This has been a good conversation. Though. I feel like we just like kind of jumped right back into it, and we ain't had no agenda today, but
Nah,
this is
it
good.
was a good one. It was a good
good.
free conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And shout out to our boy Spoons.
Yeah, he couldn't be here
Couldn't be
today,
here today.
man. Playing,
I mean,
man.
Definitely missed you on this one, but I know I personally I needed this. I need this and a nap because my mental health is not doing well right now.
come on, man. Talk about
So
it.
I needed this and a nap.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, man, make sure that you click that like button, man. Smash the like button, hit the subscribe button too, so that way you can stay up to date. If you hit that bell button, get the notifications. We dropping these longer form videos. We dropping the short form content. We just got a bunch of good stuff for y'all, man. We trying to really reimagine what it means to be a man, reimagine what it means to be a father.
Come on.
In this new world that we living in, and sharing knowledge with each other. None of us are experts. None of us left the hospital with an instruction manual with these kids. So we all here to help each other, man. And that's what we're gonna continue to do here on this platform. So get in the comments, share your advice, share your thoughts, share your suggestions, ideas for future topics with us in the comments. And yeah, man, I'm Sherman Webb Middlebrooks, a lifelong Buffalo resident, full-time black man. That's the good brother Antoine. That's the good brother Jasir. We are Reimagine I Am the Change podcast, sponsored by the New York State Office of Mental Health. And in the words of my hero, the good brother Jerry Springer, take care of yourself and each other.